Hello guys, I am Umang Mawani, software engineer by profession, and I solve coding interview questions. You can get to know more about me from my LinkedIn profile mentioned in the description. Today we are going to solve a easy category problem, valid parentheses. Now this question is asked by Facebook, Amazon, LinkedIn, Microsoft, so it is pretty important. The problem description says, given a string S, which consists of the opening and closing brackets, we have to determine whether the string is valid or not. Now there are conditions to check if it is valid. First, the open brackets must be closed by the same type of closing brackets, and second, the open brackets must be closed in the correct order. Let us go through some examples. The first one is pretty obvious. We have opening and closing bracket, hence it is valid. The second one is the brackets are arranged in a pairs. Every opening bracket has a closing bracket, and hence it is valid. The third example, for opening bracket we have a closing bracket, but it is not of the same type, hence it is invalid. Now usually the approach that we think is by using the counter method. That is, for every opening bracket we will increment the counter, and for every closing bracket we will decrement the counter. However, that approach will not work every time. As you can see in the third example, the type of the brackets are not same, hence the output is false. So the approach that we are going to solve is by using stack data structure. Now, because of stack, it will become easy to access the recent opening bracket that we have to compare with the current character that we have in hand. Now let me try to code. So as we discussed, let us initialize the stack first. Now to iterate through the string, we are going to use for loop whose length will be equal to the length of the given string. Now first, let us check if we are getting the opening bracket first, then we will push it into the stack. So if it is an opening bracket, we will simply push it into the stack. Else, what we have to do is, if we encounter a closing bracket, then we have to peek into the stack and see if the topmost element is of the same type or not. But one security check that we have to perform here is if the stack is not empty. So if we are getting the closing bracket and my stack.peak, it is equal to the same type of opening bracket. Let me just copy this for other type of brackets. So if it is a square bracket, curly bracket, or a regular bracket. Now we could write this separately as well, like using else if, but in order to keep it nice and more understandable, I've clubbed them in the single if else if statement here. So here we are checking the stack is not empty, and for every closing bracket that we encounter, we peek into the stack, and if we find a similar opening bracket, then we pop it. Else we will continue to push into the stack, whichever character we are processing. Now once this for loop is completed, we are expected to have our stack empty. If the stack is empty, we can say that the given string is a valid string, else we simply return false. I'll run the code. Okay, let us submit. And yes, it's a success. So I hope you understood the solution. Do let me know in the comments if you have any queries, and please like, share and subscribe this channel because it will help me to grow and solve more problems for you. Thank you.